Hey, hi there. Hi everyone. How are you? How are you today? Right. Yeah, right there. Right there. How are you guys? Hello Sina, hello Alex. Hey Tocayo. Well, AMD was kind of obvious, right? AMD was kind of obvious. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna say it was obvious, but with all the hints that it provided yesterday and this morning, you know, it was it was piece of cake for me. Hello, everyday needs. Hello, Chris. Hey, Jets. How are you? What's up? Hey, Luke. Hey, look. I'm sure you took the same trade than me, but on ES. So just I was just waiting for you. I was just waiting for you. Hello, Anne. Hey, Carlita. Hey, Sebastian. I'm saying Sebastian because it's Martinez, so I'm figuring out that you're Hispanic just as me. So it's not Sebastian, it's Sebastian. All right. Hey Nathan, how you doing? How you doing? Hey Linda. Hello. Hey Salman. Hey Chen. How are you? Eso, Sebastián. Martínez. Mi papá es Martínez. Mi papá es Moreno Martínez. Hey Felix, Laura. Hello. What do you know about SPY? It was clear to break and retest. Hello, Michael. Hey, Jacob. How are you? Hello, Felipe. Felipe desde Uruguay. Abrazo, hermano. Abrazo. All right, guys. So let's get started with well, for a change. For a change. Hey, DC. So for a change, I'm gonna start showing you a few plays on SPY QQQ. I will try to stick to all of the break and retest things, but I'm gonna show you a few things. All right, I'm gonna show you a few other plays, tricks, or whatever you wanna name them. So you start just I don't know, like just looking at the price action differently and understand. I mean, the all the secrets behind the break and retest is understand liquidity and this interaction between buyers and sellers, right? So especially when they are on key levels, and when I'm saying key levels, I mean um round numbers, strike numbers, or relevant key levels on the higher time frame charts. You will start watching things differently, right? You will start watching things differently, and you will start understanding. I mean, the magic behind the break and retest is how well you can actually define your risk. Remember, all of the good traders are playing managing their risk and not I mean they also have the potential reward on mind, but the main factor on a trade is the risk, right? So I'm gonna start showing you a few plays on SPY and QQQ and how you can enter into a trade. For all of you that are on the traders lab, and if you attended this past Monday session, I was talking about the different rates of your setup, right? So if this is an A plus setup, you may go with your full size, maybe a little bit more, depending on how well your setup shows. If you don't think it's like an A plus, you should go with a lower position, a smaller position. And if it's just, I mean, if you're just gambling, try to make it like size to zero, or like super small position. And that's something that I mean, if that's something that you might listen from Jack. Do you remember this is a starter position. That actually happens when the setup is not optimal, but it's there, right? I mean, the price action, the idea is there. Just the setup is not like A plus. So he may have a starter position because the setup is not A plus. So he kind of have a rate for every setup, and he size accordingly. And he's not sizing up. I mean, he has his standard size and he's sizing down if the setup is not there. All right. So that's just something that I wanted to explain to you. And you will start looking at my charts on SPY and QQQ for a few plays. Don't judge them. They might be not 100% break and retest as we know them on the Scarface community, like great displacement and all this. But you will start looking at charts differently. All right. So if you like them, please let me know in the comments. If you like them, please let me know in the comments. And I promise I will start sharing more of my plays on SPY and QQQ. If you are on the Scarface community, you just watch that I have a 160% play with the SPY boots. So yeah, so I mean the plays on the indices, I like them more, but they are more risky. But the good thing about them is that, I mean, if you want to be right or right out. So if your thesis is not working right away, you just cut it, and the next one might be, like way bigger than the previous. So let's try to do it. You trade the indices. What percent of your trades? Let's say, James, that I mean, the thing is that I try. Well, I'm not try. Usually the indices show me some kind of setup like every day, and I might take one or two trades on the indices, and I'm just looking for one in the tech names. So I mean, it probably it's not relevant how many of my trades are or on tech names or on individual names or indices, because it will not be a fair comparison, right? Because also on my trades on the indices are way smaller than on the tech names. Why? Because indices, I mean, they can offer you great returns, but they are not as technical as the tech names, right? All right. Okay. Felipe, you took the same trade than me on AMD. Yeah, that was textbook. That was easy. Nice that you were aware of the plan and you actually took it. DC, there was a sale now to. Hey, Ann, Jason, Neto, what do you think today? AMD 947. Okay. Hello, Gabi. All right. So let's take a look to AMD now. So AMD, should I open? Let me open here. Guys, it's just me, or TradingView has been kind of glitching the past days. I think, I don't know, like something has been happening with my TradingView for the past days. So sometimes it like it takes forever to display a chart, or when I'm just switching between names, it's something is happening, right? Yeah, it has been laggy, super slow. I don't know why. Well, but so it's not a me thing, right? It's a general thing. All right. Okay, guys. So my trade here was based on pre-market this pre-market price action. Something that I like a lot. It's the reaction yesterday on the daily 20 SMA. This 162 here was the daily 20 SMA. So it broke down, reacted, reclaimed, and respected on the after hours. And look at this jump on the pre-market. So this price action here was, I was liking it a lot, because here all these yellow box, all these yellow box was the earnings gap, and remember I told you, oh well, look at this. I mean, I didn't watch this morning, but this was an inverse head and shoulders, right? So what we were expecting here is, like something like this, retest what we did here, and continuation, right? And that's exactly what happened today. That's exactly what happened today on the pre-market, right? Okay. So again, I was thinking on this trade in terms of my risk, and this was a very slow risk. As you can see here, we crushed this pre-market high. We broke this pre-market high, and look at this reaction right here. I mean, let me zoom in. Look at this. I mean, the reaction right here on the pre-market high, this is gorgeous, right? This is a pretty nice reaction right at the pre-market high. So only weakening to the down to the downside of the pre-market high, but the bodies kept or respected this pre-market high. So I entered into my position right here. My risk was very clear, the bottom of these two candles, and my first target was this 170. My first target was this 170. I had 169.81 on the 15-minute chart. It was last week. Well, it was not last week. Yeah, last Friday. Yeah, it was last Friday pivot point right here. So 170 was my first target. So I actually unload like 80% of my position around here on 170, and I let my runners to the gap fill. So right here I was like just with 5%. So I missed this move, right? I missed this move. I actually closed my position around here on 172.42, but this was a 115 or 20% move. So this was an amazing move. And well, if you miss this first entry here, this was the second entry, right? So you have your order block right here. So you broke high of the day, 5-minute opening range, came back, retested this price here, this 178.50, reacted very nicely here. So this was your second chance here. And for being honest, after that you were just chasing. But I mean, if you had something like this, yeah, maybe it's something like this right here on the 5-minute opening range, your risk right here, and you should be aiming at least 170. It was a 1 to 2.2 risk reward ratio trade. So these two entries, I think they were the ones. I think they were the ones. If you were trying something higher, I'm gonna be honest, I think you were chasing. All right. James, the boys all week have been saying lagging back. Yeah. Was horrible. Get stuck. Trading views lagging a little with the lower time frames. Not for me. AMD very crazy today. Never think that gap down yesterday and gap filled today. That's AMD, Jason. That's AMD. You need to understand AMD. You need to backtest AMD, and you will see that. I mean, today was not as crazy as you think. You just need to study AMD. This week price action is not as crazy as you think. All right. Max, the fair value gap, respected, clean setup, to be honest. Yes. Only risk around 20 cents per contract. Really nice risk. Amazing trade. Orlando, Orlando, Neto, beautiful day. Not perfect, but beautiful. Lost on Tesla and took AMD. I'm gonna take a look to Tesla because I've been reading that some of you guys took some Tesla trade, and I think also Tony took a Tesla trade. Uh, for being honest, I'm gonna show you my higher time frame thesis about Tesla and why I'm not taking anything on Tesla for the next days. But yeah, let me show you the you will see, and probably you will agree with me. Uh, that's what I took the 5 minute retest. Don't trust Tesla. No, no, no. Just don't trust Apple. But I like Tesla. I like Tesla, and I have Jason. I have a deep, huge scar from a Tesla trade. If not sure if I ever not sure if I ever share here with you guys, but I wrote in a podcast. Well, it's not a podcast, in a Substack about resilience and how the biggest loss on my trading career was a Tesla trade, and how I use it to to come back. So I don't remember. I don't remember where's the link. Let me. If you guys Substack. Give me 1 second. I might be notes. No, guys, I don't know where it is. But if I'm gonna share that, I'm gonna share that with you here on the YouTube channel, because I mean, I had a huge Tesla loss. I had a huge Tesla loss, and it was all on me. I mean, lack of preparation. I was blindly following another trader. I wasn't prepared. I didn't have my levels. I didn't respect my stop loss. I was adding to my loss. Everything that could, go wrong, it went horrible wrong. So I'm gonna show you that, but still, I'm green on Tesla for, like in my whole story. I'm green with Tesla despite that huge loss. And when I'm saying huge loss, it was a huge loss, 5-figure loss, and it was not $10,000. So yeah, but anyways, I mean, we will talk about that later. It's still sensitive fiber on me. But yeah, but I do trust Tesla. I just try to take it on the relevant key levels. I don't try to force it, or I don't try to just uh, scalp it, because sometimes I don't work very well on Tesla because it's super reactive. So I prefer to have the bigger or the higher time frame moves instead of just scalping. So you will see. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you my chart on Tesla on the higher time frame thesis, and you will understand what I'm saying. Uh, Gavi, when I see Apple, I remember you were born. uh, yeah. Thank you, Gavi. Do you have the link there? I mean, I tried to look for it like really quick, but I couldn't find it. But that was that was a nice post. I will share with you. Don't worry. Um, Max, Tesla is pure gamble. All right. So let's go to Amazon, guys. Amazon, just as AMD, Amazon had this. Oh, sorry. Amazon has this huge gap, earnings gap to the upside. So I was very positive. I was very positive on Amazon. Look at the strong relative strength on this morning after having not so good pre-market price action. right at the open, look at these two candles. What they were crazy, man. They were crazy. So we created this order block, or this one candle rule, and we had this break, displacement, and nice retest, nice and decent displacement and retest right here, right here. So I will open my position right here. I will enter into this 947 candle right above the previous retesting candle here. My risk will be at the bottom of these two, and I will try to get 225, just as I had here. This just to 225, just to 225. Well, let's what happened to high of the day. Look at this. Just to high of the day was a 122.8, but to 225, and that was the actual key level that I like here. It was a 1 to 4.2. So that was a very nice trade right here, and it actually went higher, right? I mean, it went actually all the way to 226. Look at this. It was a 1 to 7 risk reward ratio trade. I really like it. I really like it. And that, I think this was the only decent entry for Amazon. I know this is showing something weird on, this is something kind of weird on the indices, because the indices were right here at the bottom of the range right here, but they were holding nicely, right? 171 on QQQ, 635.50 on SPY. They were kind of, like holding nicely. So I really like this. I didn't take Amazon. I just took AMD and AMD calls and SPY puts. But this entry right here, I really like it. I mean, I know this is not looking so good. But remember, everything above previous day high, for me, it's kind of a bullish thing. So sometimes we just need to come back, pick all this liquidity here, and usually just have continuation, right? But not today. Not today. So any of you guys took Amazon today? Any of you took Amazon today? No? No. Well, that's fine. This was a nice play. And it's gonna be nice for the next day. As you can see here, I mean, it's still at the opening price. No, this is not the opening price. This is yesterday. This is last day, previous day close. So while we keep above this previous day close, very close to previous day high, this is still very, very, very bullish for me. And then I wanted to show you something here. I know this is not strictly break and retest playbook, but look at this. I wanted to show you this, how we started creating, I mean, how we had our market structure, like really, really, really nice. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. But this is a lower low. So here we created a lower high. So this is your change of character, right? This is your change of character. So when we had this break, I mean, I hope this is very clear, right? This is the head and shoulders. This is very clear, head and shoulders. This is the neckline right here. So when you just had this break and retest of the neckline, what do you have? Continuation to the downside, right? Continuation to the downside. So you had this break and retest of your neckline right here, 225, or this 225 area, that was the area of rejection right here. And you had all this move, look at this, almost to the previous day high. Actually, yeah, actually got previous day high. So I'm not drawing this. I'm not drawing this short position here, but I just wanted to show you how, if you are just watching the intraday price action, how you base on patterns, but more than based on patterns, based on the price action. So if you are watching right here, rejection of 225, rejection of 225, right? So what are you doing here? Well, you are looking for weakness on this area, right? Looking for weakness on this area. So you have this a few rejecting candles right here, two neutral candles, and then you start with your rejection right here. So what you were waiting, this move to the downside. All right. So again, I didn't want to just draw the short position here, but I'm just explaining you how the price action here, this failed to create a new high, this failure to create a new high, and this rejection of this 225 side number, round number, strike number was the beginning of your downside move. All right. Any questions or comments about this? Uh, Guys, please type in the chat. Please type in the chat. Do you want me to show you these kind of potential moves, or we should stick only to our break and retest playbook with the, like following the indices, or just looking for relative weakness or relative strength? If you like me showing you potential entries on different kind of, I mean, this is again, this is also a break and retest. It's just a different playbook, right? All right, you like it. Thank you. uh, all right. Yeah, yeah. So and this is kind of different, right? I mean, this is not something that you will see on from Jack and Tony, because Jack and Tony, they are very consistent and loyal to their system. But these are, different kind of play. So I know the coaches, they will stick only to the regular system of them, because they have been very successful, and I think that's part of their success, right? I mean, they stay loyal to the system. But if you still are building your edge, and you still are looking for what is actually working better for you, and you see value in this, I mean, I'm gonna start showing you this kind of 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 potential entries. All right. Okay. Yeah, I mean, exactly, Gabi, exactly. So this is just market structure. This is uh price action. And I mean, the more you understand the intraday price action, or just, like the higher time frame price action, your break and retest moves, or your breakout moves, they will become easier, right? All right. Okay, so that was Amazon. Let's go with Nvidia. And TradingView is taking a century to change my chart. I don't know what's going on with this. Let me try closing my other TradingView screens. No, it's still taking a lot of time. Any time frame. Look at this. This is the 15-minute chart. It's taking forever. This is the 1-minute chart. It's taking forever. Mm. Give it a minute, guys. Give it a minute, please. Oh, all right. Here it is. Okay. Now give it a minute for showing my lines here. It's taking a lot of time. I'm sorry, guys. Technical issues. What are these? Ah, did you notice on the icon of YouTube the Roblox community? All right, it's just funny. It's taking forever. This thing. I don't know what's going on. But well, okay. So let's do it the old way. So I am guessing this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5 minute opening range. Yeah, this is the 5 minute opening range. I draw this circle here because this is a nice break and retest. It's just 9:37. This is too early for me, so I wouldn't take this. But look at this. I mean, this was a nice break and retest of the 5 minute opening range. Was it here or here? I don't know because it's taking forever. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, guys. Uh, but anyways, well, what I was watching here was this break, displacement and retest of this order block right here. This order block, one candle rule. This is a down closing candle on an uptrend. So we have this break, displacement and retest right here. So I will open my position right here. Next candle indicating that this move is actually confirmed. My risk will be at the bottom of this candle here, or let's say at the bottom of this order block right here. Uh, maybe the bottom of the order block, because this is just too small of risk. But I mean, well, it's always nice to have a small risk, right? So to high of the day, what do you have? 1 to 4.9 risk reward ratio trade. So right here, it actually went a little bit higher, but okay, well, this was a very nice trade. So let me take a look here. Okay. Tocayo, it's a retest of pre-market high. This one here? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Can you see that I still don't have the charts here? I mean the lines here. I don't know. I mean I do have them right here on the other charts. I mean the charts of the indices, but not on this one. I don't know. Yeah, I told you my trading view has been acting super weird past days. I don't know what's going on. With or without the tools. I mean it's not the tools causing this. I don't know what's going on here. But well, this was the pre-market high. This was a nice break, displacement and retest of pre-market high. For me, it was just too early in the morning. 9:37. I know some of you can take this one here. What's going on? I want to reload without saving. Nvidia. Okay. I know this thing looks super bullish, but I mean, we are close to all-time highs. We are close to all-time highs. You know what? Let me refresh this. Give it a second. Nah, it's not working. Something is going on. But well, so you were super bullish on the higher time frame. Look at this. I mean, this is the 15 minute. This is the 15 minute chart. This 172.89. It's the daily 20 SMA. So you are way above the daily 20 SMA. So you are looking very bullish here. You are having, like good structure on the higher time frame. So look at this. Finally got them. So you might take this one here. For me, and I'm saying this in my personal style and trading, this is just too early on the morning. But look at this. I mean, you have relative strength, a lot of momentum here. This came back for this order block and this pre-market high. So this was a very nice entry. I mean, if you took this entry here, this was a very nice entry, and you took advantage of all this move, right? So for me, as I said, this was just too early in the morning. I will wait it for this. So this was the break and retest of high of the day and this order block right here, So I like this one here, this entry here. Again, I'm not taking the first retesting candle. I'm taking the next one, maybe instead of the bottom, let's say here. And just too high of the day was a 1 to 3.6 risk reward ratio trade, and I like it a lot. Anyone took it here? Gavi, you entered 9:38 very early in the morning, but that was a nice one right here on this candle here. This is the other thing. This is super close to high of the day because you only had a few candles before that, but and you exited 9:40 on this push here. That was super nice. Congratulations, Gabi. Neto, when you manage your risk, do you stop out on candle closure or do you stop out when the candle enters your stop bar? I usually wait for the candle closure unless it's super aggressive. Unless it's super aggressive, or unless the price action is actually telling me that this thing is not working, right? So it's kind of a combination of like awareness of price action and going into my stop loss or my invalidation level. So probably the complete answer about this is I never panic. I never panic if price is approaching my stop loss because a few things, right? First, I size accordingly. So if my stop losses are very much I'm very much comfortable with my stop losses because I understand them and I have them aligned to my system. So if a trade goes to my stop loss, I mean, I'm not panicking because it's inside of my system. It's a control loss. And if I have like a crazy candle, and that's exactly what happens on the indices, right? I'm gonna show you today later what happens on the indices because I take same day expiration on indices. So when a crazy candle comes and you panic, it's because you size too much or because you are not comfortable with the setup or because you are not prepared. So you don't understand your key levels or you don't understand the price action on the area you are. So there are a lot of factors, right? But I think the right thing to be or the right place to be, it's with preparation. So if you are prepared, if you understand what you are doing, if you understand the higher time frame thesis, if you are understanding the price action on that time of the day, if you are understanding what's going on with your name, I mean, all that is what gives you peace of mind. So if you are not prepared, that it's making you anxious, that you are cutting your winners faster, you are letting your losers run, and you are basing your trade on hope. So preparation is the secret sauce here. I use mental stops. Yeah, I don't have orders, but I mean, I use mental stops, but I'm ready to close my position on my broker, right? So I mean, I don't have my limit order, but I have my finger on the trigger all the time, right? Okay. You're welcome, Chris. All right. Okay. So that was my play, or that was the play that I was watching on Nvidia, and then look at this. I'm gonna make this away for a minute, and I want to show you this, right? So this is the exactly same thing. So you have higher highs, higher lows, and you have higher highs. But here you have, what do you have here? Well, still here, let's say that this was you are having here a change of character. So this is another head and shoulders. This 183 area right here is your neckline. So what do you see here? Break and retest of 183. So this this rejection here is your signal, right? So look how price is reacting and rejecting this 183. Look at this. 183 rejection, 183 rejection, 183 rejection, 183 rejection, 183 rejection. So 183 rejecting right here after a head and shoulders. What is this thing not saying but screaming? I want to go lower. And what exactly happened here? We'll know. All right. So this is again a potential entry here. I just wanted to show you this is a different approach to the break and retest, because this is the break and retest of this 183 key level. And after all these rejections, so these rejections is the aggressive selling right here. This is the sellers stepping in, like this is the strong price action we want to see here. So all the same words that you listen from Jack and Tony and me and Hayden and Lauren and Ramesh and all of the traders on the community, they are the same way applied to here. So this is just different because, well, it's kind of different. Actually, this is kind of different because right here you can see the indices are looking super weak, especially SPY. I don't know why. Did you notice this difference between SPY and QQQ? SPY was way weaker than QQQ for some reason. So if you were following this price action here and you were watching both indices super weak, so this was a good play with the break and retest on a relevant key level and good context. All right, and good context. Nothing on the comments. All right, okay. So let me go now to Tesla. For Tesla, I really didn't find anything like nice. I mean, I know that some of you were trying something like this, something here on the break and retest of this 5-minute opening range. Also, this 320 was the previous day high. So this reclaim of this, and you were looking for something like this, maybe the pre-market high. This was the play that you tried, guys. Look, it was annoying to trade the indices today with the with the difference between the two of them. Yeah, it was crazy. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you because I was watching a friend of mine trying QQQ puts, and just this discrepancy between the ES and ANQ was like the trap. Tocayo, that was an early trade Tony took on Tesla. Yeah. And look at this. I mean, it makes a lot of sense. It's just, I don't like this, right? I mean, you have a strong reaction right here on the daily gap, the opening price, the previous day close. But then you have the same reaction to the downside, right? And also, it was 9:38. I mean, this is too early. This is just too early on the day. And I understand the idea here, because he was looking for continuation of this amazing move from yesterday. he was looking for this continuation of this amazing move from yesterday. So he was trying something a little bit more aggressive, but yeah, it just failed. It just failed. But look at this. This actually worked later in the day, right? So if you had this same trade, but here on the reclaim, so these guys, look at this. This is what the 84% rule looks like, right? So you are still keeping the market structure. You are respecting this, the 5-minute opening range. So you are kind of respecting market structure. So right here, right when you enter, and with the same stop loss and with the same targets, you actually got this 1 to 2.4 risk reward ratio trade. 1 to 2.5 or 6, something like that. So this is what the 84% rule looks like, right? Both indices kind of bullish, especially QQQ. QQQ was actually pushing higher to high of the day. So this is a good example of the 84% rule, right? You had your same targets, you had your same stop loss. This is a perfect example of the 84% rule, all right? Anyone took these Tesla trades? Alex, you take Tesla at 1044? Let me take a look. I like it. I like it. I like it. Yeah, rejection of this 320. Yeah, I was watching this. Yeah, I was also watching this. But by this time, I already had two huge wins. So I just skip it. Because also these contracts are expensive today, right? I don't know why. But, well, Tesla has been expensive for some time now. So you took this 1044 and took it to the 5-minute opening range low, something like this. Then, 1044 risk at the top of these candles here, and you were looking for low of the day here. 1 to 3.4, nothing. That's good. That's good. I think most of the guys took Tesla with Tony, previous day high break and retest. Yeah, this one here. Good job, Alex. Good job. Basingas Construction Tips. You're very welcome. Sebastian, Neto, do you have a video course explaining the 84% rule and in this trade? Sebastian, you are you in the Scarface community? If you are, please tag me on the chat on the questions channel. Yes, okay. Yeah, tag me on the questions channel and ask for the 84% rule video. I will send it to you. Hey Diane, how are you? All right. That was a nice one, Alex. I think you were forcing this, right? For being honest, I think you were forcing this. I mean, look at this range. I mean, look at this range. I think you were forcing this, but I understand what you did here, and I will be hesitant to, to look at these demands right here at the 318. Look at this demand at 318. So yeah, I don't know. Dian, spy puts. Give me 1 second, Dian. All right, so that was the Tesla potential opportunities right here. Let's go to Microsoft. Microsoft was textbook here. Look at this break, displacement, very decent displacement, retest of the 1-minute opening range low of the pre-market low, and look at the rejection of this 526 rejection. So you open a position right here. Your stop loss is at the top of this retesting candle, and you should be looking for previous day low. And this previous day low offered a 1 to 3.3 risk reward ratio trade and a 3-minute work day 3 minutes workday. Look at this. Well, if you were very patient with this same trade, look at this. I mean, this has been happening a few times with Microsoft. Not sure if you remember the previous days, but this has been happening for a few days on Microsoft. It kind of drops, tries to recover, drops again, tries to recover, and finally drops like heavily here. So I don't remember how many days, but now I kind of remember this pattern, right? Like it happened a few times on the same day. So well, this is something that I was watching here, and I don't see any. Well, probably. I mean, if you were watching like this break and retest of low of the day, well, this I mean this is kind of subtle, but I mean it actually happened, right? It actually happened. So you had this break and retest of low of the day. Look at this right there. Break and retest of low of the day and rejection. And look at this. Is it coming for the gap fill? I don't think so. I don't think so. But you never know, right? Oh, do you remember I was telling you about my Tesla thesis? I'm sorry, guys. I'm going back to Tesla just to show you something. I think it's easier on the daily. Look at this. This is what I'm looking on Tesla. I mean, I'm just waiting for Tesla to define what it wants to do. I'm sorry because I have too many key levels right here. As you can see, they are previous highs and lows out of the shade of the previous candle. So that's how it looks, my chart on the daily chart. But this is what I'm waiting in Tesla. I mean, I will personally like to go higher, but I mean I'm trading wise prepared to whatever it wants to happen, right? I think today this reclaim of the daily 20 SMA, it's gonna send it higher, but only until we don't break this here, until we don't break this here. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to trade Tesla inside here. I don't want to trade Tesla inside here. And I know it's a very decent range, but look how close my key levels are. This is something that I don't like. But well, okay. So this is the earnings. This is the earnings gap from Microsoft. We are very close. Remember, we talked about this yesterday. I would like to come back, retest these previous all-time highs, 518.30, and then continuation to the upside. I wouldn't oppose for a gap fill. Actually, can you see here? The gap fill will mean that it retests the daily 20 SMA. So I'm not opposed to that, and then we can, skyrocket this. Diane, I noticed that SPY is weaker today than QQQ. Yes. Yeah. We already talked about that. But we're gonna watch SPY and QQQ in a minute. Diane, give me a few minutes. All right. So this was Palantir. Again, this is a very nice break, displacement and retest of the 5-minute opening range. The opening price, and also it was high of the day, right? High of the day. So this was a very nice break and retest. So if you were trying something here, you will open your position right at the top of the body of this retesting candle, and you will be aiming because right now, remember, right now we are in all-time highs on Palantir. Let me go here. So what do you do now? Well, you start using the round numbers or side numbers, right? So I was looking for this 183 here for as the target, and after this I will be looking for the 183.50. If we get it, I will be looking for the 184, because I don't know how to do the fibs. Look at this. So 184, well, I think it's gonna be easier if we do this. Look at this. 183.50. Look at the reactions right here. 184. Give me 1 second. 184 right there. Look at the reactions right here. Can you see? Reaction, reaction, reaction. 184.50. You can make this up. You can't make this up. And why? It's, I mean, remember what I told you guys? I mean, the investors, long-term investors, they are not looking at the chart. They are looking at the numbers, right? So they are using the round numbers to enter or exit their positions. Look at this. You can't make this up. You can't just make this up. I really love it. Okay, so this is how you start doing your key levels when you are in all-time highs, right? And Apple, don't trust Apple, guys. Don't trust Apple. Apple closed the gap today. Almost closed the gap today. I'm not sure how I'm gonna manage my I'm not sure how I'm gonna manage my gaps today, because it didn't close to the downside, it didn't close to the upside. There's still some time today, but I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna leave one piece at the top and one piece at the down. I will figure out something today later. Palantir is super overextended. Plus Kramer just said, I will. Shit. So Kramer, if Kramer already talked about Palantir, dude, you're cooked. It's a matter of time. It's not an if, it's a matter of when. All right, guys. So Apple, I didn't have anything on Apple today, because yesterday with this amazing candle, and after some news here, what is this D about? Also they have dividends in a few days. So yeah, so with the news yesterday from the White House about the investment on a few states in America, and also they are gonna do something with the tariffs. So this was a very nice move for Apple, and some people were waiting for continuation. It has not been doing anything too much today. So today it's just digesting what happened yesterday, and I'm not expecting something very spectacular on Apple for today or tomorrow. All right, this was Google. Look at this. This is something that I wanted to show you here on Google. You saw this Google name drop, and I wanted to show you something here. So look at the reaction right here on this 197.30 area here. And then what started happening right here at the opening price? This 197 area, look at how many rejection. So again, I'm not telling you like this is a break and retest, that it actually is. It actually is a break and retest of this opening price, 187 right here. Where is 197? Right here. Yeah, but I mean, this is the kind of price action that you see and you understand. Maybe price, I mean, the price action is not telling you that it wants to go lower, but it's absolutely telling you that it doesn't want to go higher. So it's a different thing, right? It's a different thing. So it might be just roaming around this here, but this was worth the risk, because if price doesn't want to go higher on this point here, 197, you may take a position right here. Your risk will be super small, because I don't know, like maybe your risk will be this 197.16, because if it starts weakening to the upside, I mean, this might start doing this, right? It might start doing this, and you don't want to be stuck on this chop. But I mean, if you want to take the risk, a very small risk with a huge reward for the gap fill, look at this. I mean, this will be a 5-minute work day for you. All right, and then the opposite side. It finally found a bottom right here, 195.50. Find a bottom, started building market structure right here. So when you finally find a key level with a nice retest, like it was this previous day high, 196.63, look at this. Your risk will be very small, because it will be maybe this pivot low right here, and your potential win or your potential reward will be this order block or these highs of the, look at this, even this high right here, this pivot high or this local high, it was a 1 to 2.7 risk reward, right? So these kind of trades are super low risk and high reward. I mean, this might go all the way to the gap edge, or just, you know, the small risk was right here. So that was a nice one, right? That was a nice. Anyone took a Google trade? I don't think that we have many people looking at Google right now, right? Well, I wanted to show you SPY trades, because I took a very nice trade on SPY, and the reason I took this trade was this. So we were kind of neutral at the open, and we created this. I mean, I'm not gonna say like this is a double top. No, it's not a double top. I mean, it's just price trying to do something, right? But these rejections of 637, look at this. So I don't care about the patterns. I care about the price action, and the price is telling me that there are sellers at where 637, right? This 637 key area, it's telling me the story. So we rejected this 637. Look at this. Try to recover right here, 635.50. Came back, but it failed to create a higher high. All right, it failed to create a higher high. So right here, guys, right here, this is my opportunity here. So it was rejecting 637, and now it's rejecting 636. So I had this potential head and shoulders here with a clear neckline right here on the 5-minute opening range low. So I opened my position right here, this 1008. I opened my position here, and I took all the way to previous day high. I actually closed majority of my position right here, and then I took some of my position right here to the gap fill, and I think I was out on these candles here. Yeah, I was out on these candles here, and I missed I missed this move. But right here, it's the trade that I shared with you on the Discord. It was a 160% trade from here, I think it was from here on this candle here to the gap fill. It was not, look at this, it was not super nice here. Well, maybe this was not my risk. Probably my risk was here. It was a 1 to 10 risk reward rated trade. Yeah, this was my, yeah, this was my risk. Why? Because I was watching this 636, where is it? 636, rejection, head and shoulders right here. It broke this key level of the 5-minute opening range, came back, and look at this candle here. I'm gonna look at this candle right here. What is this candle telling you? Rejection of this key level. It wants to go lower. So I took my position right here, and it was a very nice ride to the downside. Let me take a look here. Look, you took longs on NQ 938. 938? Oh, well, let me go to NQ in a minute, all right? Dian, you took the same trade, closed your position on pre-market low right here. Yeah, well, that was a very nice trade. That was a very nice trade. DC, I caught some of it, but I had to get ready for work. So when it started chopping, I cut it out. So maybe here, right? At the same. Oh, or maybe here. I was looking. Actually, I think I shared with you guys, like this, right? I mean, it was kind of making this rising wedge right here, and it actually broke very nice. Working and trading sucks, I know. Just don't try to hide into the restroom to be trading. The higher one, yeah. All right, all right. So that, yeah. So and look at this. So here guys, you just were following the key levels of the intraday price action, right? So this was the order block, low of the day, order block on the downtrend, up closing candles on the downtrend. So you watch this and strong rejection right here, right? Strong rejection right here. So you watch this, and then again it broke down, new low of the day, came back for this low of the day, and another push to the downside. And look at this, you can make this up. I mean, key levels work, guys. Key levels work. You just need to, start trying to identify them. And then lastly, this was the QQQ, right? As you can see, this QQQ thing actually offered very similar very similar opportunities here, something like this, maybe to previous day high, or well, actually to the gap fill. Yeah, it was a nice ride today on SPY and QQQ. And that's it, guys. I mean, if you can see, the market structure is very clear to the downside here. And on QQQ, the same thing with SPY, as you can see. I mean, sometimes it takes a little bit more because look at all these consolidation. But remember, SPY and QQQ, they are the most liquid ETFs on the market. So sometimes, I mean, it's just about time, right? I mean, it's depleting all the liquidity around this, and then it's just go hunting the next liquidity level. So that's why I think sometimes it's kind of easier to trade the indices, but it most of the times it doesn't offer like nice textbook break and retest. Sometimes you need to trust your levels and like try some breakouts or or in media retest instead of like a break displacement retest. But that's pretty much what happens on indices. And well, again, it's 2:10 p.m. Sorry for taking more than 1 hour from your time. I hope that you found value on this new format. I'm gonna start showing you a few plays on SPY and QQQ, especially if I take them. Uh, so guys, remember, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. We need more subscribers. We are about to hit the 600th milestone here. So please, if you want to share this channel with other traders, it doesn't matter they are out of the community. We just want to reach the most people to help with fixing or building their edge and explaining, market stuff. So thank you very much. Oh, the 20 hour guys. If you are on the Scarface community, please go to the announcements. Uh, Tony just shared a huge 24-hour sale, and when he said 24-hour, it's like it's for real. So it ends 1 p.m. tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, and it's a huge discount on the yearly and I think the lifetime membership. So if you want to go there, this is your chance. This is your chance. All right. So thank you very much for joining, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.